Hey everybody, we are in we are in the last week for the Magnolia Phone book Kickstarter. And today, last night I mentioned that I was going to um, be streaming on Facebook and as well as YouTube instead of YouTube and Twitch. So we'll see what we can do today. So I have 3 pages to work on. Let's see. I'm going to prettify the deer in this picture that's set in front of Connie's house. I also have these two crossing the road. And I also, earlier today, managed to get a reference picture for the bottle racks. So I'm kind of excited about that. I wanted to finish up this page. Mm-hmm. So the first one that I wanted to work on was this one. So we've got a little bit more of the background to do and more detail on the deer. So these are essentially stick figure deer. Oh, and Restream is telling me that I cannot post messages to some channels, including my Facebook personal profile. It doesn't allow posting comments from your profile. Well, then you'll need to make your streams public on Facebook. Okay, isn't it? Well, let's see. Alright. And hello, Madonna and Donald Brock. Well, it looks like it's public. Let's see. Edit privacy. It says it's public. I don't know why it's not letting me post messages to the comments there. I see auto caption is on. Ah, there you are, Madonna. At least I can see your comments. Happy birthday, by the way. Okay, let me see. Who should I start with? This one? So, yeah, with my software, I only can post videos to two channels at a time, unless I go and spring for the premium version. So, for this week, my second channel is going to be Facebook. So, today, I had seen two deer in my backyard. And my backyard has a smaller fenced in area, but it's completely open on one side, and it's a very short fence. It's like 4 feet tall. And so I go out there, and there's a deer lying down inside the little short area of the fence, just resting. And he realizes I'm there and gets up and tries to run straight out through the fence. Um, so I guess he got a little flustered and couldn't remember that he was supposed to jump out of it. So today I went out and found where the fence was spliced together with a narrow little post, and I pulled up the post and opened up the fence so that if they decide to get back in there, they can go straight out again the back instead of feeling trapped. Even though he wasn't actually trapped, he wasn't really in any mood to hear that from me. They're beautiful, but sometimes sometimes the beauty does not also translate to brains. So I had last year I had put um, that orange plastic ribbon for marking out surveys and stuff. I had woven it through the top of that little short fence so that they would be able to see where the top of the fence was, so that they could jump over it to get back out. But I guess he just didn't get the hint. So now it's open in the back. He can just wander out. Okay, so I think that I don't have to put too much detail on these deer because they are kind of in the distance a bit. Yeah, I'm not on Twitch tonight. Yeah, so today or for this week, I'm going to be doing Facebook and YouTube, not Twitch. I mean, maybe I'll go get the sign up for the premium restream service. Maybe. Maybe sometime later this year, if I can continue being consistent with streaming even after this project is over. I'm going to be making some significant changes to the way I do OtherRealm Studio. I can hear my cat in the background here complaining that her water is not the freshest water. So somebody's going to have to appease the cat soon, I guess, and turn on the faucet. Let's tidy up in here. So I've been also working on figuring out a way that I can do traditional art on a stream, or maybe a recording. It might be a little tricky. But there's a... Goodness, Ruth? My cat is practically yodeling back here. Anyway, I have found a tripod for a phone. So, since I now have a phone that is actually pretty decent, I might manage to, hang on a second, go to the additional color set, see if I can find whatever it was I was using for this deer. Alright, so since I have a better phone than I did back when I first started streaming years ago, I might show some of my process on doing the wood burning on the fantasy maps. If you've been following my Instagram, you might see a couple of examples of that. Or some of my line art. I need to buy more calligraphy ink. I finally found it and it was dried out. But I've been working so long in just digital, I'm not sure if I'll be able to cope. Sometimes when I'm working on paper, I miss having layers and zooming in. Although I'm trying to break the habit of zooming in so far as I normally do on digital work, because this this is intended for print ultimately. So you'll notice up here at the top that it's got the trim size is 8.5 by 8.5 inches at 600 dpi. That's dots per inch. And so a dot per inch, that's how many pixels are in each square inch. Well, paper can only hold so many. And so I've been trying to break myself of the habit of zooming in and spending a ton of time that could be better used on moving to new pages. On adjusting things pixel by pixel at a level that's never going to be seen by the human eye. And there goes the save thing. There we go. And so if I go over this and blend it, I know it looks a little choppy to start off with, but really all it needs is a little bit of blending, and the shadows will resolve themselves and soften. Alright, savey things going on again? Yeah, that's why it stopped. Okay, I'm just going to neaten up some of the back legs here, and then I will put the hooves in and finish off the ends of the legs, in case that's bothering anyone. Okay, let's back out and see how they look. Yeah, just bounding into the road like they do. So I'm going to add a little bit more detail to the trees back here. Not a lot more because I'm thinking about adding a darker layer over the top. Oh, hang on. I have done this on the wrong layer. Alright, let's circle everywhere that I had painted. We'll do the cut and paste. Then we will scroll this down to the lower layer, merge with layer below. Okay, now it's all part of the background. Okay, there's a couple of stray leaves there. That's okay, we don't need to keep them. Seriously, it's hard to keep track of layers. So I want to put some texture in the road carefully. So let me see, I'm not going to need to put it all the way back there. So I'm going to use the loop tool or the lasso, to select the part of the road that I want to add texture to. And I want to add a new layer. We will make that a multiply layer. Grab the airbrush, change the color set to light grayish. And figure out a good color for some shadows. So I want to break up uh, some of the ground in the distance horizontally so that it reads as having more distance. Okay, and next we're going to add another new layer. We're going to set it to overlay and select pale tone. And let's see if I can do a headlights effect. So the fog that I added to this scene yesterday is picking up all the bright light that I'm adding. So I think I want to actually add a bit more fog. Diffuse that a bit more. What on earth? Come on. I didn't select you. And now with the light added, I need to rethink where I had some of the shadows. Okay, I'm not happy with either of those solutions for fixing the corner of the road there. So let's just back up out of that. And I'll work on it later. Let's hit save and fix up another page. I've got a lot to do tonight. So I really like these two together, but I probably will have to split them apart, which so that'll make it easier to rearrange uh, where they are with the text and everything when I do the final formatting. I should probably not do this operation right now though, because that will give us a black screen for a minute. It doesn't make good TV. So this is the page where I am repainting the deer because my ability to paint deer improved uh, since I first started this project. So you can see here, these are the ones that I've already repainted, and these are the ones I have yet to do. Um, I might just get rid of that one entirely. Let's do this one right here though. I mean, I think I did get the head very much like a deer, but then the rest of it started kind of turning into a donkey. Nope, wrong layer. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I guess I'm just not going to be able to do the right layer on the first try. So let me take a moment to credit Dark Fantasy Studio for the background music that I've included in my stream. Now on Facebook it got a revenue sharing claim for two different people, and one of them was Dark Fantasy Studio, and the other, I don't know. I don't have anyone else on my playlist except for the bumper that I had a friend do for me. So I'm a little confused. I'm not sure if that claim was real or not. And I am interested to look at Facebook later and see if I've gotten that revenue sharing claim again. Not that this actually makes anything. But you know, it's a really good playlist. It is, well, for this project, I'm going with a relatively calm one. And it's just upbeat enough to kind of get in the zone and paint. So a lot of times I've looked down, let's not have a hole through this, dear. A lot of times I've looked down and realized that I thought it was 5 minutes, and it's been 2 hours. So I really can't complain about a soundtrack that makes 2 hours feel like 5 minutes when I'm painting and in the zone and getting things done. So it's been a while since I've been on Facebook with the stream. So I should close this in a little bit and let you all see how far I've gotten with the entirety of the book. I don't have the text up. I'm not leaving spoilers. Well, not entirely. But I want y'all to know that the book is coming along. I'm going to finish uh, painting and writing and formatting it regardless. But in order for it to go to print, I have set up a Kickstarter to pay for the print run. And so the way that Kickstarter works is that it's an all or nothing funding model. So if you contribute to the Kickstarter, or you pledge toward the book, you can choose one of the rewards if the project is funded, and you can get a copy of the book. You can get 10 copies of the book. You can get as many copies as you like, honestly. And you can choose to have them shipped here if you're in the area and save on shipping, or I can ship anywhere in the US for I think $7 or $8 additional. The book's only $12 if you want to pledge for it. And if you also want the art print that I'm offering, that's a different pledge level as well. But the idea is that you pledge to pay for the book and leave your credit card number with Kickstarter. And it is safe. I've been doing business with Kickstarter for years, uh, both as a creator and as a backer of several projects. And they're an above board business. It's safe to put your credit card on there. I haven't had any problems in years. And if the campaign succeeds, then I ship out the books. Well, I finish the whole process of setting them up and ordering them, and then I ship them out. And if it succeeds, I'm on a timeline to have them ready for Christmas, or shipped and delivered in time for Christmas. However, if the campaign does not succeed, uh, your card is not charged, nothing happens, essentially. So you're not on the hook for anything unless we meet the entire funding goal. And if we don't meet the funding goal, that just means that we can't afford to go to print yet. Oh wait, wrong setting. There we are, that's a lot better. We'll give that a save and back up. So for this scene, I wanted to repaint 1, 2, 3, 4 more deer. I like the color of this particular one that I just did. He looks very close to the color of the ones that were in the backyard today. Let's see, I like the pose on this one, so let's go ahead and repaint it. This one turned out looking a little bit like a llama, but the head is nice right here. I need to make sure that I have the ears up, that they don't really get wide until after they come up a little bit. But the angle of the head is actually alright. I just need to make the neck a little narrower. And the body a lot slimmer. So let's hide those deer. And see, this outline already looks much more like a deer than what I had before. But I really can't beat up on myself too much for, you know, having deer that look more like llamas and donkeys at first. They are a little bit difficult to get a good look at. And I've really only improved after years of studying them and also improving my art overall. So I've been working on children's books, um, illustrating several written by Jeremy Lott, and you can find them on Amazon. If you look up, let's see, Growlylocks and the Three Humans, and The Three Feral Pigs and the Vegan Wolf by Jeremy Lott, you'll see Paula Ritchie listed as the illustrator. That's me. I am that Paula Ritchie. Um, I also have a couple more, but there is a minor correction I need to do on one that I thought I did, but I don't really know, so I will go back into it and do the minor correction again and send that again. And then um, the other one that I was working on was, uh, for various reasons, I was having a hard time painting, and there was months of struggle making headway on it, figuring it out. It was just one of those seasons that was difficult. Um, there was stressful stuff going on in my life. And then when I was trying to be whoops, when I was trying to be responsible and make sure everything got saved, and also at the same time I updated my drawing software, and somehow it came together in a perfect storm of I lost 5 months worth of work. So that was kind of horrifying. And uh, I had been working hard to make sure that I had all of my commissions done and everything so that I could spend June working on the Magnolia Fallen book. And I really wonder whether auto captions on Facebook are going to say uh, Fawn book or phone book. There's a lag, so I don't know yet. It said phone. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do something about the auto captions. Yeah, I saw it, Joe. That's terrible. Now I'm going to feel self conscious every time I say phone. But even though losing all that work was heartbreaking, it did help me ultimately because I think that when I went back to repaint them, I streamlined the whole process and the repaints look better than the originals because I already knew how to draw everything, and there were things that I wasn't happy with originally that was my big opportunity to fix. And you just got to look at it like that sometimes. So earlier I posted in the chat where I have the link for the Kickstarter, but that only uh, actually posted to YouTube. So if you're watching along on Facebook, I don't have the Kickstarter in the comments here. But I might be able to do that. Give me a minute. I have just the link on my clipboard there. Oh no, not ink brush. So I've been doing all the illustrations for children's books um, with just the oil paint flat brush tool in Clip Studio Paint. It's one of the standard ones that comes with the program. And also, a little bit of the assets and the blending tools as well, but primarily the painting is all done with this brush in various sizes. And I do this instead of making it, uh, instead of going through and using all the tools up here, so that it's going to look more like uh, paint does in real life, because I'm putting in as much work as I would if it was real in person on a canvas paint. It's just I don't have to wait for this to dry. I can add as many layers as I want. And, there's a lot of advantages. But the mental work is all the same, and the skill is mostly the same skill set. I'm still capable of painting on canvas or on glass or in reverse. Okay, and I'm almost done with this little deer. Whoops. It got stuck on eraser for a second. Okay, let's back up and take a look. Right, so this book is about the Magnolia Fawn rescue run by Connie Hall. And it's going to have some of the true stories of fawn that she's rescued. Let's get that a save. I think that might be enough deer for this scene. I personally have seen more wandering around grazing in her yard than that. A bit more closer to that. But maybe one more later. We'll see. We will save that one again. And this is the one that I got the reference picture for the bottle racks. Now, I have the inside of the leg too light here. And I think I also got the phone a little bit fuzzy. Or fuzzier than they ought to be. This is fuzzier than they get in the South. How's that? So I might need to correct him a little bit. Other than that, I'm really happy with the way this one turned out. I think I did well on the hooves. So what are the rest of these layers? Alright, this one, layer 2, this is a sketch layer that I forgot to label as a sketch. It's just going to be a rough day for layers. Let's back up and move him down. Okay, I don't think anything is on layer 4. So I'll go ahead and paint some of the fawn behind him. So we'll stick with this color. Fawn. Facebook. Auto captions. It's a baby deer. Facebook don't speak Southern. I really love the videos of the baby deer, since apparently I can't say fawn. in such a way that Facebook's going to understand it. Um, yeah, I really love the videos of them at the bottle rack because they have such single minded intensity. About getting their bottles. And they wag their little tails. And then they finish the one they were working on and then they try to steal someone else's. It's great. It's chaos. Orderly chaos because they're all lined up. So if you haven't already followed Connie at Magnolia Fawn Rescue, I highly recommend it. You'll get to see lots of videos of really adorable little baby deer, and you'll also see a lot of what it takes to be a wildlife rehabber. Uh, it's difficult but also rewarding, and it's an example of good stewardship of this world we're in. Okay, let me click off of Facebook on my tablet and find that reference picture. So we want to layer behind the rows of deer. We'll take the straight line tool. Let's put it on the sketch layer first. And let's see. I need to work out where the perpendicular line is, and then, right, so I started the sketch before I had the reference, so I did not get a reference that's at the exact angle that I need. So I don't think it's going to be perfect. Also, I don't think I have this bottle laying down correctly. Okay, so what it is she has a wooden box with dividers. And let's see, spaced out more evenly than this. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is select this and scoot it down a bit. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is about the correct shape for the box. I just don't have it placed correctly on here. See, and this one's gonna have to move up a bit, I think. So I am going to have to take a little bit of artistic license here to make sure that the image reads correctly. So if this isn't exactly the setup that Connie has, I hope y'all will forgive me. There's only so much I can do. But that should give me enough to work with when I come back. Now, if you'll take a look here, this is all the work that I've done on the Magnolia Fawn book, as in Baby Deer. Got a little bit of background left to do on this page, a bit more on this one as well. But we are looking pretty close to done. I have to say I'm really proud of it. This is the best work I've ever done. And it's amazing what a month of consistent work can do for a project. So we are in the last week of the Kickstarter campaign, and if we don't make the goal, I'm going to show it to you in just a second. If we don't make the goal, then I'm not sure when we're going to be able to get the book printed. Let's see. So this book is going to be about the true story of deer that are rescued, about the hard work that Connie has put in, about how the deer survive and thrive against all odds despite having a terrible beginning. They can overcome it with enough love and care. And it's hard to give them that much love and care. And that's why I wanted to create this book. If I could have filmed a documentary, then I would have, but I don't know how to do that. But I can write and illustrate a children's book. And the best way to enjoy a children's book is to have it in print so that you can read it with someone you love. And that's why I decided to try and raise the money through not quite pre orders. Uh, because if we don't make all the way up to the goal, then nobody's card gets charged for it. And it's not really a pre order if you're not guaranteed to get what you're ordering. So you just pledge for a reward that happens to be the book that will be printed if we make all the way up to the goal. So you can look at kickstarter.com/projects, OtherRealm Studio, that's my publishing company, Magnolia Thome Children's Book. Or you can look in the comments for the Kickstarter link. So you can see this is the 4th project that I've created, and I've backed 25 more. And uh, it's a legitimate site. Somebody had asked about that before, and uh, it's a way to support companies that would not ordinarily be able to produce something. And so uh, this is how you can support the print version of the book. And this is a picture of the art print that you can get with one of the rewards. It's printed as an 8.5 by 11, but there's also a very fine border around it at the 8 by 10 mark. So if you have an 8 by 10 frame or an 8.5 by 11 frame, it'll work with either one. So I've updated it with sample pages from the book. Here's a picture of Deerland where the deer are released. It sounds like a park for deer, which I guess it is. And so in the rewards, you can pledge $3 for the ebook edition, $12 plus shipping for the signed paperback, $12 and just pick it up at Connie's if you're already out this way. You can get the book and art print for $25 plus shipping. And I have a bookshop special for $100. So check out the comments. Go take a look over at the campaign. Like and share this video. Try and get the word out. I'm sure someone you know would love to have a copy of the book, but we only have until I think 7 o'clock in the morning on January 7th. January. Pardon me, I'm going to go fetch my brain and drag it back here. July. It's nearly July already. I can't believe this year is half over. More than half over. So early in the morning on July 7th, the campaign will end, and if we don't make the $1,000 in pledges, then the print version is not going to be able to happen by Christmas. So that's what that's all about if you're not familiar with Kickstarter. thank you all for spending time with me. I've enjoyed your company. And I guess that's going to be all for tonight. I will see you again tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Up until the end of the campaign, I'm going to be streaming at 8 o'clock, working on the final few pages on Facebook and YouTube. So come back and see me. I'll see y'all later. Good night.